Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm bringing you another NBA video today. And we've already talked about the top 10 point guards in the NBA, but now we'll be talking about the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA. So, I'm going to get started with the honorable mentions real quick. So, first off, we have Victor Oladipo. And he used to be top 10, no doubt, but then he had that injury, he had surgery. In the past 2 years, he's played only about 50 games. He shot under 40% this year. He wasn't himself, only played 19 games. And they got eliminated early in the first round. He didn't do much. And I really hope he can come back, but right now, he's just not that good of a player, especially not last year. Now, next up in the honorable mention, we got Buddy Hield. Now, in my opinion, at his peak, I think he could be just a tad worse than Klay Thompson. I think he could be a second option to some star player, and I think he'd be a really good piece. But the Kings don't see him that way. They will kind of want to get rid of him, and I just think they're misusing him. But he's not quite good enough to crack the top 10 yet. But I see so much potential in him. All right, and my last honorable mention, it's DeMar DeRozan. I just don't think his game fits in the NBA like it would have used to. I mean, he averaged 22 points and, like 5.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists. He's a pretty cool player. He don't really attempt any threes, though. He's not the best defender. I just don't think he really helps you win. Like, I know Kawhi is Kawhi, but the second he got out of Toronto, the Raptors won the championship. I don't think he helps you win that much. All right, but let's get into the actual list, guys. So at number 10, I have Zach LaVine. Okay, Zach LaVine. Now he can score that ball. Average 25 points, and he doesn't do too much other. He 5 rebounds, 4 assists, but he is one of the most athletic players in the league, and he has a wet 3-point jumper. Like it's gotten a lot better, honestly. Lately, I don't know if y'all saw it. He had like 12 3-pointers in one game this past season, and he hit some clutch ones too. And he's put on performance, and he had a few games where he hit a lot of 3-pointers. He's just his shooting's got so much better. He's already the best dunker in the league, and I feel like next year he will take his game to another level. He's averaged like more and more points for pretty much every single year, give or take like one time when he was got traded to Chicago. But I feel like next year is his breakout year. All right, number 9, we have C.J. McCollum, the Damian Lillard backup. He's arriving to Damian Lillard, and I think he's a really good, but I don't think he's good enough to be a second option. He averages 22 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, pretty good shooting. But I think he needs to be the third option on the team. He doesn't need to have to carry like he does if Damian's not on the floor. If he's a third option, it's an automatic championship team, but he's not good enough to be a second option. But I do love his game, and he's just a shooter. Shoot, and I don't know. I like him, but he's definitely not a good complement to Damian Lillard, considering they're both not great defenders. All right, but at number 8, I have Jaylen Brown, and I'm so impressed by Jaylen Brown. Because when he first came into the NBA, he was just decent but he wasn't anything amazing. But now he's just kind of like Zach LaVine. He's one of the most athletic players in the league. His 3-point shots came a long way. He's a great defender. And I feel like the sky is the limit for him at this point. I don't think he'll ever be a superstar, but damn, I could see him being the number 2 option on the championship team. I think him and Jason Tatum is all they need for the future. And I'm excited for Jaylen Brown because he's just starting. He's kind of got the whole skill set. He's got 3-pointers. He can drive in, dunk, layup, turn around, mid ranger, great defender, pretty decent playmaker. I like him a lot. All right. Number 7, I have Drew Holiday. And a lot of people regard him as the best defender in the league. And at least perimeter defender, I should say, my bad. And I definitely could see that. He can lock up your favorite player on any night. And not only that, he's definitely above average playmaker. He's a pretty good scorer, usually averages around 20 points per game. And he doesn't really have a weakness in his game, honestly. Um, he might not be the best scorer in the world, but if he can put up 20, he's not gonna be no Eric Bledsoe like on the Bucks. He's gonna get you some buckets, play defense, play make, do all that, and really any team competing for a championship that wants to improve their roster, especially like the Celtics or the Clippers, they need to go after this guy, man. They got to. All right, and next up, I have Devin Booker at number 6. And what can I say about this man? Like, did y'all see him in the bubble? That man was on a mission. The only player better in the bubble than him was Damian Lillard. But damn, he let them go 8-0. And I know you saw that Kobe shot. Man, that just brought like flashbacks of Kobe highlights to me, man. Just seeing him hit that fadeaway on like 4 defenders at the buzzer to win that game, and that shit was so crazy. But they went 8-0 in the bubble, and no, I don't think they will make the playoffs next year. But he gets better every single year, and next year I think maybe the year that he shows he's an actual superstar, not just an all star anymore. Because, I mean, he's averaged 26 for 2 seasons in a row. Great efficiency. Now he's going to have DeAndre Ayton on the team the whole season, hopefully, and he won't get suspended again. And if they can get someone else just in the draft, just someone more to help him, they already have Kelly Oubre, so that's a good start. But I can see him turning into a superstar. And maybe someone to come to Phoenix with him, if he shows that he's really like that. Number 5. We have Donovan Mitchell, and he was one of the best performers in the playoffs this year, and I can say that even with him getting eliminated in the first round, because him getting eliminated in the first round was not on him. In the regular season, he had a pretty good year, averaged like 24 points and 4-4. But in the playoffs, what he averaged like 35, 36 points per game. Him and Jamal Murray were going at it like back and forth, and they both look like superstars. It was insane. That's one of the best series I ever watched, guys. Jamal Murray was just that. Jamal Murray was one of the clutchest players I ever saw, and that series of one of the clutchest series I've ever saw. Man, Jamal Murray went off, but Donovan Mitchell. Even with that, he kept them in it the whole time, and he had them up 3-1. They lost in Game 7, but um, and that was only his third year, guys. Donovan Mitchell was only in his third year. Like, do you know he's only 24? He can still grow a lot more. And, one day we may be looking back and he may be one of the greatest shooting guards all time because he came out the gates, being amazing, average over 20. You don't see that too often. And I guess we'll see what they do. I really think they need to get him someone beside Rudy Gobert. He needs offense beside him. Rudy Gobert is not offense whatsoever. He needs some offensive help. But at number 4, we have my boy Bradley Beal. He was like the second player ever to average 30 points per game and not make the play. Not make the All Star game. He also didn't make the playoffs, but it ain't the first time that happened. But damn, that pissed me off that they put him in the All Star game. He deserved that shit a lot more than some other people. But it's okay. He averaged 30.6 assists. He did everything he absolutely could. The Wizards still were a terrible team, but he proved he can put up buckets. I think only 2 people average more points than him. Of course James Harden led the league. But next year when John Wall comes back, I think Bradley Beal is really gonna prove to you that he can actually carry a team to wins, and they're gonna prove to you that they're pretty dangerous in the East. They might not be at the top, but he's gonna prove to you why he's one of the top shooting guards in the NBA. I promise you that. But with that said, we're going ahead and go to number 3, and that's going to be Klay Thompson from the Warriors. Now, he did not play a single game last year. None. He had donuts last year. But he's still, in my opinion, the second greatest shooter of all time, right behind his teammate Steph Curry. He can put up 20 points per game effortlessly. And really, if he wanted to, he could probably put up 30. But he doesn't even need to. He puts up his 20 so efficiently. And he's just a great compliment to have to your star player. And when your star player is even better shooter than him, um, they honestly are probably gonna win the championship next year, in my opinion. Everybody's underrating them, and even though Stephen Curry's the best point guard ever, in my opinion. Klay Thompson is going to be a huge reason why they're going to be back in that picture again. Don't underestimate Klay Thompson, man. He put up 37 points in the quarter. 37. And number two, a lot of y'all are not going to agree with this. You might even click on the video, hit the dislike button. I don't care. I'm not going to be recently biased. To my boy Paul George. He only played 48 games, averaged 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He choked in the playoffs, and he was absolutely terrible. Everybody hating on him, saying he's trash. Clippers ain't gonna win nothing. Clippers are done. Or they've been together for 1 year. Yeah, he's never that great in the playoffs, but he has been a long ago in the past. But everybody's saying Paul George is this, Paul George is that. Paul George is still lit. Do you not remember in the 18-19 season in Oklahoma City, he was top 3 in MVP and Defensive Player of the Year voting? Top 3 in both, man. And that year's going to say he's trash? No, he had a bad playoff run. But he was actually pretty good in games 1 through 6 versus the Nuggets. He wasn't that bad. He was that bad game 7. And I think he's still amazing. And he played shooting guard last year, if I'm classifying as this, but he's the second best shooting guard in the NBA. No discussion about it. He's going to come back next year. And I think I said the Warriors might win the championship, but I think it's going to be between the Warriors and Clippers. Honestly, I feel like the Lakers still be a great team, but I think I still believe in the Clippers, and I still think they're better than the Lakers. And I know that's a very unpopular opinion, but we will see when it comes to next year. Um, you can clip that. You can make fun of me if you want if it doesn't come true, but I'm just putting my thoughts out there, bro. But at the number 1 spot, you already knew it was coming. He's one of the best shooting guards that ever played the game, James Harden. Too bad he hasn't been able to get too much done in the playoffs, but he's averaged over 30 for the past 3 seasons, and he averaged like 34 points per game this year. And he is just one of the best offensive players I ever saw, man. He don't even shoot mid-rangers. He will literally lay it up or shoot a three-pointer. Whether he does a regular layup, a regular three-pointer, a step-back three-pointer, a Euro step, it doesn't matter. He's either going to make it or you're going to foul him, one or the other. And he's just perfected his footwork and craft of the game. And he looks so effortless out there. And honestly, it kind of is effortless for him out there. The only thing that he does, he just works hard. And shit, it pays off on the court. Y'all can hate on him if you want, say he flops, does all this, but he's still better than your favorite shooting guard. Alright, guys, well, that's all we got time for today. Hope you have a great day, and hit that like button and subscribe button, please. Can't really give you anything, but I will appreciate it a lot. Alright, peace out, homies. Come back for the next video.